Juniors, you're almost there. Welcome to your senior orientation.
You will need your transcript, your registration form, and the A through G requirement list. Your transcript is a confidential document. It's the permanent academic record of all you've earned throughout your high school career. At the end are the graduation requirements. This is an example of a junior transcript. It covers the freshman year, sophomore year, and the first semester of your junior year, everything you've earned so far. The graduation requirements summary is at the end. This is when you might want to check and see if there are any errors with grades, address, gender, your name, date of birth.
This is a credit summary box on your transcript. As you can see, it shows each subject area that you need to graduate, how many credits are required in said area, how many you've completed, and how many you still need. You no longer need to pass the California High School Exit Exam, so please disregard that. However, at the bottom, you will see whether you have completed the computer literacy requirement by taking a class or passing the test. In addition to the 230 credits you need to graduate, you need to either pass the computer literacy test or take a class that meets that requirement. Then you also need a minimum proficiency in math by either passing Algebra 1 or Algebra C, Math 1, Math 1B, or a higher math class. Every year, a handful of students are guaranteed admission into a specific school within the University of California system through a program called ELC, or Eligibility in the Local Context. In addition to taking a CT or SAT reasoning test and having a 3.0 or better GPA, these students will have completed 11 UC-approved courses by the end of their junior year. Over the summer between their junior and senior year, after Camarillo High School has sent in the top 15% of the junior transcripts, the UC system will evaluate the transcripts and then determine which students do qualify for guaranteed admission into specific schools within the UC system.
Please refer to your personal checklist for graduation and college sheet. This sheet is designed to help you make sure that you're on track for graduation and also help with the college preparation process. Please make sure that you fill this out completely, as this will help your counselor guide you.
And this is the back side of the sheet.
This slide refers to your senior course selection form. This form will allow you to select your classes. There are a few changes, so please listen carefully. The first category is English. This year, you will notice a change. Your current English teacher will be required to record which English class they recommend for you to take next year, as well as an initial. There are a couple of different options: English 4 College Prep, English 4 Advanced Placement, English 4 College Prep 0 period, and Composition and Shakespeare. The second category or subject is math. Again, this year, your current math teacher will need to write in the math class that they are recommending for you to take next year, as well as a teacher initial. There are several options for math classes. The first choice is Practical Math, Math 1B, Math 1, 2, or 3, Pre-Calc, Calculus AB or Calculus BC, Statistics AP, and College Algebra. The third choice or subject is Science. The options are Marine Biology, Physiology, Chemistry College Prep, Chemistry Honors, Chemistry Advanced Placement, Physics College Prep, Physics Advanced Placement, and finally Environmental Science Advanced Placement. The fourth category or subject is Social Science. All seniors must take a government or econ class for graduation. The options are American Government and Economics College Prep, or there is also an Advanced Placement Economics and Government class. The final option is Econ Business Ownership. This class fulfills the econ credit for graduation as well as the computer lit requirement. The final category on the course selection form is for the electives. This is where you will write in your elective choice and the corresponding course number. The list of all of the electives that ACHS offers are on the back of this form. Please refer to the back of the sheet at this time.
This is a list of the electives available to you during your senior year. The majority of these were available last year's juniors, and the majority, even though a smaller majority than last year, have been available all 4 years you've been here at Camarillo High School. So I'll mention a few of the highlights. Within the agriculture department, for those of you who are behind in credits, there is a 0-period ag class that is offered. Or for those of you who have been through all the ag classes and would like to get out early, we have the Ag Business Academy, which is a class, but it is an internship off campus, which again allows you to leave campus early. In the art department, we have 5 choices. For those of you who are not very artistically inclined, if you're like me and I can still only draw stick figures, I would choose either AP Art History, which is a history of art class just like it says, or 3D sculpture with Miss Santana. Moving down to business education, if you have not fulfilled your computer literacy requirement, we have Microsoft Office and Economics of Business Ownership, which actually is a double dip. You get credit for economics and for computers. One thing to note, if you're a potential NCAA athlete, however, Economics of Business Ownership is not recognized by the Eligibility Center, so you would want to stick with a regular Economics 4 class. Going to Consumer and Family Sciences, we have our child development classes, our preschool class, Baby Scorps, known as Teaching and Learning, and our cooking classes, our Culinary Foundations, or if you've already taken this, World Cuisine. Going to Industrial Tech, if you've never taken a class in this area, you would either start with Wood 1 or a drafting class. Of note with the drafting class is you will receive computer literacy requirement as well. Going down to social science, we have AP Psychology, which is offered during the day as well as during 0 period. We have College Prep Psychology and Sociology, as well as AP Human Geography. Just because you've already taken geography as a freshman before we had the AP Geography class does not mean you cannot take this class, take the AP test, score well enough, and potentially get college credit. Moving to the center column in music. The biggest change in this area is the marching band, which is now offered 7th period. In its place, during the 0 period time slot, Mr. Cook, our music director, will be offering stage band, which is really a jazz class. Another change is the vocal ensemble. Instead of concert choir, it's called vocal ensemble. Still A through G eligible, just basically name change, still doing the same things in the class as well. World language. You've all probably started some language at some time in your high school career. Nothing has changed in that regard. We still have Mandarin Chinese, French, German, Spanish, and native speaker Spanish. Moving down to the bottom of the center column under non-departmental, we have yearbook, which gets you your computer literacy requirement as well. You have to see Miss Roby and get her signature to sign up for that. Writing for publication, or the Stinger, which is our online newspaper. See Mr. Storr and get his signature if you're interested in that. Drama, see Mr. Winterstein. If you've already been in drama, however, we will put you in drama too. Student government, you will see Ms. Prestera. Peer resource is a class that is in charge of doing certain functions on campus, for example, Red Ribbon Week. We have work experience. If you have a job where you pay taxes on your earnings, we will have a sign-up sheet in the counseling office. This class can be taken for either 5 or 10 credits. And since the class meets with Mr. Fearson during the day, whether before school or nutrition, you're not actually meeting during the day, but it kind of acts like a dismissal. Below that, we have the Avid Junior Senior Seminar for those of you who are in Avid 3 this year. We have video production, which is a video class with Mr. Smith, teaching you how to use a video camera and then edit what you film online or on a computer. The video production class is also responsible for Cam High Connect. For those of you who took Internet Engineering with Mrs. Lang or Mr. Lang this year, you would have IT Essentials as a second class. Now, going over to the final column, over on the right, under sports. Obviously, if you've been playing sports the first 3 years, you would select that number and we'll get you in the sports class, knowing that you will be on the roster when the coach gets us the roster later on. We also have the cheerleading and song leading, which is a 0 period for the song leading class. And then finally, dismissal. As you all know, since you've come in the counseling office, there are some changes in store with dismissal periods next year, and the biggest ones are these. For first semester, you will only be able to select either a first or a 6th period dismissal. There are no dismissals at any other time of the day. This includes especially you athletes who over the years have been used to having a 5th period dismissal where you'd go home, get lunch, maybe take a nap, and then come back to your 6th period class. That is no longer going to be a possibility for safety reasons. If you want to have a 5th period dismissal, you would also potentially have a 6th period dismissal as well. Okay. The reason 2nd period is on there is for 2nd semester, when some of you might be able to go periods 3 through 6 instead. Okay. Again, this is the current information with dismissals. Things can change. Just stay in touch with your counselors, or as information comes from Dr. Stevens in the district, we will also get that out to you. But just so you know, at the moment, the district is really only approving a 1st or 6th period dismissal your first semester. 2nd semester, which I said with you athletes, that's the only time when you could potentially have a 5th and a 6th period dismissal. Okay, but the bottom line is no holes in your schedule. And I know I said finally, but this is the final thing I will say on this slide, is if you're interested in ROP, or what's called CEC, Career Education Center, and all of their classes that they offer there, whether it's nursing assistant, medical assistant, auto body, welding, graphic design, the drone class. Again, there are over 20 classes, maybe over 30 classes available to you. You need to see Ms. Brugman in the counseling office.
The Career Education Center at the airport offers elective choices. This is formerly known as ROP. Most classes are offered 2 afternoons or 2 evenings a week. Some classes meet only once a month. If you're interested, see Ms. Brugman or Mrs. Swaven.
Here's a short list of some of the cords available for you to wear at graduation. Specifics for earning a colored piece of rope can be found with the department chair or any teacher within that department, so please check with them.
Diploma and A-G requirements. This slide is a quick snapshot of the graduation requirements for the diploma and the A-G requirements needed to apply to a 4-year school. A few quick differences are the first with math. For the diploma, you are required to have 30 credits through Math 1 or Math 1B, whereas for A-G, you're required to have 30 math credits through Math 3. Another big difference occurs with the World Language and VPA. For the diploma, you're required 10 credits of a world language and a VPA, versus the A-G requirements, you're required to have 20 credits of a world language plus an additional 10 credits of a VPA. NACAC College Fair. This year, the NACAC College Fair will be hosted at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. This is a free event available to both parents and students from 5:30 to 8:30 on Monday, April 25th. It's a great opportunity to get college information, SAT, ACT information, and financial aid representatives are available as well. Senior Information Sheet. This slide is designed to review the A-G requirements. Remember, the A-G are the requirements needed to be complete in order to apply to a 4-year UC school or CSU school your senior year. You can review the A-G requirements, and there is also a sample schedule of what you might need to take as a senior to be eligible. A couple of important reminders. Remember, no Ds. If you receive a D in an A-G course, you need to see your counselor. Also, there are a couple reminders about the college testing. The SAT or ACT needs to be complete by December of your senior year. Finally, there is a reminder for students applying to private schools that you will be using the Common Application, which will be done through Naviance. Summer school options. This year, we will be offering summer school session at ACHS. More information and firm details will be available soon. Stay tuned. Remember, if you failed any classes, this is the last summer or opportunity that you have to make up credits before graduation. Please see your counselor for more information.
The University of California school system is a highly competitive system that accepts over 160,000 applications per year. To apply, you need to fill out the online application, which will be available August 1st. However, you cannot submit the application until November 1st. In addition to the application, you will need to write a personal essay and also submit official SAT and/or ACT scores. You do not need your counselor's recommendation letter or teacher recommendation letter to apply to the UC system.
There are 23 Cal States in the state of California. The application opens October 1st and closes November 30th. All that you need to do is fill out the application online at CSU Mentor and submit official SAT or ACT scores. No letters of rec or essay is required. For those of you applying to private colleges, you must first apply online through the Common Application. You fill out the application through Common App and you fill out the FERPA waiver. And once you've completed that process, you will go to your Naviance account, which we will discuss in the next slide. For those of you applying to private colleges, there are various deadlines, so please make sure that you research this now and or this summer so that you know when your application is due.
To finish the Common Application process, you must go to your Naviance account and specifically the Family Connection page. Again, to emphasize finishing your application, it must be done through Naviance. The reason is this: private colleges need teacher recommendation letters. Counselor recommendation letters are optional, but your counselor does need to fill out what's called a secondary school report and a mid-year report. Neither your teacher nor your counselor can do anything, submit anything at all, unless you finish your application process through Naviance first. Though it might seem obvious, you need to choose teachers to write letters of recommendation on your behalf who know you well. In particular, you would want to choose a teacher in an area that you are planning on majoring in. You should give at least 2 weeks' notice for either a teacher or a counselor to write your letter of recommendation if you would like that person to compose a letter well. Again, UCs and CSUs do not require a letter of recommendation. For those of you interested in applying to service academies, you need to know that they are on par with Ivy League institutions as far as acceptance rates and the type of applicant that they are looking for.
As mentioned earlier, this is the spring of your junior year when you should be starting to sign up for ACTs or SATs. Those of you in an AP course should be taking the AP tests so that you will get university credit.
You're done with your math requirements. I know, you don't want to take math. I get it, we all get it. Still, community colleges want you to complete at least Math 3 before attending.
Registration forms will be turned in the week of March 14th through the 18th. At this time, you will sit down with your counselor one-on-one to submit your registration form and have your questions answered.
What is Shmoop? Shmoop is an online resource to help you with testing as far as ACT, SAT, KC, and AP exams.
Now it's time for us to answer your questions.